Welcome back to Rare Coin Numix. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started with today's video. In the world of coin collecting, there are certain coins that transcend their role as mere currency and become treasured artifacts of history. One such coin is the 1985 India 1 rupee. To the casual observer, it might just seem like another piece of pocket change. But as we'll see, this coin carries a fascinating story, a rich cultural heritage, and an increasing value that may surprise you. Let's dive into the history, design, minting, and the appeal of this coin that has caught the attention of collectors and numismatists around the world. Let's take a step back in time to understand the historical context surrounding the 1985 India 1 rupee coin. India in 1985 was a country in the midst of significant change. The economy was beginning to shift towards a more open market, and India was trying to navigate its way through a rapidly changing global landscape. After decades of strict control over its economy, the 1980s marked the beginning of India's slow but steady move toward economic liberalization. The 1985 1 rupee coin is not just a currency. It is a tangible symbol of a time when India was transitioning politically and economically, embracing both modernity and its deep cultural roots. Coins, like the 1985 1 rupee, are not simply tools of commerce. They reflect the values, identity, and aspirations of a nation. India, a country with a rich history, was carefully crafting a currency system that would resonate with its people. The 1 rupee coin minted in 1985 had a particular significance within this framework. It was part of a series of coins that depicted India's national symbols and conveyed important cultural messages. The design of the 1985 1 rupee coin is one of its most fascinating aspects. On the obverse side, we see a familiar and powerful symbol, the Ashoka pillar. The Ashoka pillar is one of the most iconic symbols of India, representing the nation's strength, unity, and historical significance. Dating back to the 3rd century BCE, the Ashoka pillar was erected by Emperor Ashoka, one of the most important figures in Indian history. This symbol was not only a reminder of India's long-lasting power, but also a sign of peace and tolerance. Ashoka, after his conversion to Buddhism, became a proponent of nonviolence, and his pillar symbolizes these values. Having this pillar on the 1 rupee coin speaks volumes about the ideals India wanted to project to the world during the 1980s. Surrounding the Ashoka pillar, we find the national motto of India, Satyameva Jayate, which means truth alone triumphs. This phrase, drawn from the Mundaka Upanishad, is a testament to India's belief in the importance of truth and righteousness, two concepts that have been at the heart of Indian philosophy for thousands of years. By including this motto on the coin, India was signaling to the world that these values were central to its identity and continued development. The reverse side of the 1985 1 rupee coin, like the obverse, is straightforward yet meaningful. The numeral 1 is prominently displayed, indicating its value as 1 rupee. Below that, the word rupees is written in both English and Hindi, which highlights India's bilingual nature. Additionally, the date 1985 is inscribed, marking the year the coin was minted and providing an important historical reference point. One of the features that make the 1985 1 rupee coin unique is its composition. The coin was minted using an alloy of copper-nickel, which gives it a silvery appearance and makes it durable and resistant to corrosion. The coin weighs approximately 6.3 grams and has a diameter of 23 millimeters. While this size and weight were standard for the time, the materials chosen for the coin's composition ensured that it would be long-lasting, able to withstand wear and tear from daily use. Minting of the 1985 1 rupee coin took place in several mints across India. These mints included the Mumbai Mint and the Calcutta Mint, two of the oldest and most prominent in the country. Coins minted at different locations sometimes carry subtle variations, including mint marks that are used to distinguish them from one another. These variations can be significant for collectors, as they may indicate rare releases or other factors that affect the coin's desirability and value. In the 1980s, India's coinage was designed not only to serve as currency but also to reflect the nation's growing pride in its identity. The 1 rupee coin of 1985 was widely circulated during its time. It was used by everyday people for small transactions, from buying food and goods to paying for transportation. It had a practical role to play in India's economy, just like the many coins that came before it. However, as with all forms of currency, coins eventually become obsolete or are replaced by newer designs. The 1985 1 rupee coin continued to circulate throughout the 1980s and into the early 1990s, but as time went on, it became less commonly used as newer versions of the rupee were introduced. Coins from the 1980s, including the 1985 1 rupee, began to be stored away, forgotten in drawers or boxes. But here's where the story gets interesting. In the world of coin collecting, old coins like the 1985 1 rupee can become incredibly valuable, and over time, they become sought-after relics of the past. For numismatists and collectors, the appeal of the 1985 1 rupee coin lies not just in its age, but also in the cultural and historical context that it represents. The 1985 coin is an artifact of a pivotal moment in Indian history, making it a fascinating object for those interested in the country's numismatic evolution. As the years passed, collectors started to take a greater interest in Indian coins, especially those from the 1980s. The historical significance of the coin, along with its design and composition, made it a desirable item for anyone with an eye for rare collectibles. The 1985 1 rupee coin became something of a symbol of India's economic and cultural growth during the 1980s, and as demand for such coins increased, so did their value. However, not all 1985 1 rupee coins are of equal value. The condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its worth. Coins that have been heavily circulated and show signs of wear and tear are typically worth only their face value. But coins that are in uncirculated or near-mint condition can fetch a much higher price, especially those that feature certain mint marks or unique characteristics. So, just how valuable is the 1985 India 1 rupee coin today? You might be surprised to learn that a well-preserved 1985 1 rupee coin can now fetch up to $15,000. Yes, you read that correctly. The once humble 1 rupee coin is now worth an incredible sum to collectors. This remarkable increase in value is due to a combination of factors, including the coin's historical significance, rarity in good condition, and growing demand among collectors worldwide. But what makes a coin like the 1985 India 1 rupee worth so much? For starters, its rarity in mint condition is one of the most important factors. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Additionally, the 1985 1 rupee coin is seen as a symbol of India's post-independence growth, making it a highly sought-after piece for those interested in Indian history and culture. The coin's value also reflects the growing interest in numismatics as a hobby and investment. As more people around the world become interested in coin collecting, demand for rare and historical coins has soared. India's coins, with their rich history and beautiful designs, have become particularly popular among collectors. If you're fortunate enough to own a 1985 India 1 rupee coin in excellent condition, it's worth taking good care of it, as its value could continue to rise over the years. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just getting started, the 1985 1 rupee coin is a fantastic addition to any collection, offering both historical and financial value. So, if you ever come across one of these coins, or if you have one hidden away in a drawer, take a moment to appreciate its history, design, and the incredible value it has accumulated over the years. This coin, once used for everyday transactions, has become a symbol of India's legacy and a valuable piece of numismatic history. In conclusion, the 1985 India 1 rupee coin is far more than just currency. It's a piece of history, a reflection of India's transformation during the 1980s, and a highly sought-after collector's item. Its value, once just 1 rupee, has now reached the impressive sum of $15,000, proving that sometimes the smallest objects can hold the greatest worth. Whether you're a collector or someone simply curious about numismatics, the 1985 1 rupee coin is a fascinating part of India's story. And who knows, maybe your own collection contains a coin that will one day be worth thousands of dollars. Keep your eyes open, as the world of coins is full of surprises. The 1999 India 5 rupee coin may appear to be just another coin that circulated during the turn of the millennium, but beneath its simple design lies a fascinating history, a cultural legacy, and a growing value that might surprise many. It's easy to overlook the coins we use in our daily lives, but as we dive deeper into the story of this particular coin, we'll uncover a journey through India's evolving economy, its national identity, and the world of coin collecting that has made this coin a sought-after treasure today. India in 1999 was on the brink of major change. The country, having navigated through decades of economic and political shifts, was now in a phase of rapid growth and transformation. The 1990s had already seen liberalization, which began to open India's economy to the world. This was a time when technology, globalization, and investment were reshaping India's future. The government began to introduce new initiatives and reforms that would pave the way for India to emerge as an economic powerhouse. As part of this transformation, India's coinage also experienced a redesign, aligning with the modern ideals while reflecting its ancient roots. The 1999 5 rupee coin was one of those pieces of currency that represented a bridge between India's storied past and its optimistic future. The design of the 1999 India 5 rupee coin is an embodiment of national pride and heritage. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find the iconic lion capital of the Ashoka pillar, one of the most significant symbols of India's cultural and historical identity. The Ashoka pillar, dating back to the reign of Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, symbolizes strength, unity, and peace. The image of the 4 lions facing in different directions represents India's diverse yet unified nature, embodying the country's rich history and deep commitment to peace and nonviolence. The presence of the Ashoka pillar on this coin is a direct reference to India's past, but it also ties into the country's present aspirations. It serves as a reminder of India's ancient roots, while simultaneously illustrating its place in the modern world. Inscribed below the image of the pillar is India's national motto, Satyamev Jayate, which translates to "Truth alone triumphs." This phrase, taken from the ancient Hindu scriptures, the Mundaka Upanishad, is a guiding principle in India's political and social systems, and its inclusion on the coin reinforces the values of integrity, truth, and righteousness that the nation holds dear. The reverse side of the coin is equally telling. At the center is the denomination of the coin, 5 rupees, boldly written to signify its value. The number 5 is placed prominently to ensure the coin's value is instantly recognizable. Beneath the denomination is a small inscription that reads India, ensuring that the coin is unmistakably tied to the Indian Republic. The year 1999 is also engraved on this side, marking the moment in history when this particular coin was minted. What is most striking about the 1999 5 rupee coin is the way it blends elements of India's ancient and modern identities. The coin was designed to be a reflection of India's values, its philosophy, and its growing role in the global community. But it was also crafted with practicality in mind. The coin was made from an alloy of nickel brass, which gives it a distinct golden-like appearance, making it stand out from other coins in circulation. Weighing around 6.0 grams with a diameter of 27 millimeters, the coin has a substantial feel to it, reinforcing the fact that it is worth more than just a small change. Minting this coin was no small task, and it involved the efforts of India's renowned mints. The mints that produced the 1999 5 rupee coin, including those in Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Kolkata, have been responsible for the creation of India's currency for decades. Each minting facility has its own unique mark, which is often seen on the coins it produces. These marks can help collectors identify the origin of the coin and, in some cases, add to its rarity or desirability. The minting process is crucial to the production of any coin, and the 1999 5 rupee coin is no exception. The precise technology and methods used in its creation ensured that the coin would be durable, resistant to wear and tear, and capable of withstanding decades of use. The nickel-brass alloy used in the coin's construction was chosen for its strength, while also giving it a gold-like appearance that helped the coin stand out among others in circulation. For much of its life, the 1999 5 rupee coin was a part of India's everyday economy. It was used in transactions for all sorts of goods and services, from food to transportation, just like other coins in circulation at the time. Its practical function was clear. It was a coin that people relied on in their daily lives. However, as time passed and newer designs and currency notes were introduced, the 1999 5 rupee coin slowly started to fade from circulation. Its significance as a part of everyday commerce began to diminish, but this is where the coin story takes a fascinating turn. Like many coins from the 1990s, the 1999 India 5 rupee coin became an item of interest for numismatists and collectors. In the world of coin collecting, coins that were once common can become rare over time, especially if they were not widely saved or hoarded. The 1999 coin, which had been used in everyday transactions, began to disappear from circulation as it was replaced by newer versions and currency notes. It became harder to find, and as fewer of these coins remained in circulation, their value began to rise. But why is the 1999 5 rupee coin of particular interest to collectors today? The answer lies in several factors. First, the coin's historical significance plays a crucial role in its appeal. Minted at the end of the 20th century, the coin represents a moment in India's history, a time when the country was rapidly evolving both economically and culturally. The 1999 coin marks the closing of the 20th century and is an important artifact of that period. Secondly, the coin's design and composition make it an attractive item for collectors. The combination of the Ashoka pillar, the national motto, and the use of nickel brass gives the coin a timeless quality that appeals to those interested in India's heritage. Furthermore, the fact that the coin was minted in large quantities and was widely circulated means that there are fewer pristine or uncirculated examples, making well-preserved coins even more valuable. Finally, the global interest in numismatics, particularly Indian coinage, has helped increase the value of coins like the 1999 5 rupee. As interest in coin collecting has grown, particularly among those looking to invest in rare coins, demand for certain pieces has soared. Indian coins, with their rich cultural history, are seen as particularly valuable to collectors who are passionate about history and heritage. Today, a well-preserved, uncirculated 1999 India 5 rupee coin can fetch a significant price. While its original face value was just 5 rupees, a coin in mint condition can now be worth as much as $10,000, depending on its rarity, condition, and demand. The increase in value is a direct result of the coin's historical significance, its connection to India's national identity, and its status as a rare collectible. The once humble coin, used for everyday transactions, has transformed into a prized item for those with a keen interest in numismatics. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1999 5 rupee coin in your possession? First, check its condition. A coin that is in mint or uncirculated condition, free from scratches or wear, is far more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. If you think you have a coin that could be worth a significant amount, it's worth having it appraised by a professional numismatist who can provide an accurate evaluation based on the coin's condition, rarity, and demand in the market. If you are fortunate enough to own a 1999 India 5 rupee coin in excellent condition, now is the time to protect it. Store it safely in a coin holder or a protective sleeve to prevent any damage. The value of these coins continues to rise, and as time passes, their rarity and historical importance will only increase. It's a good idea to keep an eye on the market for Indian coins, as prices for rare and significant pieces can fluctuate over time. In conclusion, The 1999 India 5 rupee coin is far more than just a piece of currency. It is a representation of India's history, its cultural values, and its economic transformation. From the iconic Ashoka pillar to the national motto, the design of the coin captures the essence of India. What was once a coin used in everyday transactions has now become a rare and valuable collectible. With a value that can now reach up to $10,000, this coin is a true testament to the power of numismatics and the rich history of India. The 1999 India 1 rupee coin might seem like a piece of ordinary currency to many, but in the world of numismatics, it's much more than just a coin. This seemingly simple piece of metal tells a story of change, growth, and transformation. The year 1999 was pivotal in the history of India, both economically and culturally, and this coin, often overlooked by the casual observer, captures a moment in time that reflects a significant period in the nation's history. In this video, we'll take a journey through the historical context, design, minting process, and collector appeal of the 1999 India 1 rupee coin, culminating in its current value, which may surprise you. Let's start with some historical context. India in 1999 was at a crossroads. The country had been making great strides in its economic development since the liberalization of the 1990s. The government had opened up the economy, allowing for greater foreign investment and economic growth. This period was marked by technological advancements, increased globalization, and a renewed sense of optimism for the future. India's economic and political landscape was evolving rapidly, and this period of change was mirrored in the country's coinage. The 1999 1 rupee coin, minted during this time, was part of a larger series of coins that reflected the nation's aspirations and pride in its cultural heritage. The design of the 1999 1 rupee coin is both a reflection of India's past and a symbol of its future. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a depiction of the Ashoka pillar, one of India's most iconic symbols. The Ashoka pillar, which dates back to the 3rd century BCE, was originally erected by Emperor Ashoka, one of the greatest rulers in Indian history. The pillar's lion capital is not just a symbol of India's power, but also a symbol of peace, tolerance, and unity, values that were important to Emperor Ashoka after his conversion to Buddhism. The Ashoka pillar on the 1999 1 rupee coin is a clear nod to India's rich history and its enduring cultural and philosophical traditions. The presence of the lion capital, with the words Satyameva Jayate inscribed below it, highlights India's commitment to truth and righteousness, core values that the nation holds dear to this day. The phrase Satyameva Jayate, meaning truth alone triumphs, is a part of India's national motto and is drawn from the ancient Hindu scriptures, the Mundaka Upanishad. It reflects the nation's deep spiritual heritage and commitment to moral and ethical governance. On the reverse side of the 1999 1 rupee coin, the design features the numeral 1 prominently, along with the word rupees written in both English and Hindi, reflecting India's bilingual nature. The year 1999 is inscribed, marking the year the coin was minted, which is crucial in understanding the historical context of the coin. The coin also has a unique edge with a reeded pattern, which gives it a distinctive feel compared to other coins. One of the most interesting features of the 1999 1 rupee coin is its composition. It was made from an alloy of copper-nickel, a combination that was chosen for its durability and resistance to corrosion. The coin weighs around 6 grams and has a diameter of 23 millimeters, making it easily distinguishable from other coins in circulation. This material was chosen to ensure that the coin could withstand the rigors of daily use and remain in good condition for years to come, a characteristic that is highly valued by collectors today. The minting process of the 1999 1 rupee coin took place in several mints across India, including the Mumbai and Hyderabad mints. These mints have a long history and have been responsible for producing coins for the Indian government for decades. Each mint has its own specific mark, which can be seen on the coin and serves as an indicator of where it was struck. These mint marks are important for collectors, as they can help determine the rarity and value of a particular coin. In the late 1990s, The Indian economy was still in a phase of transition, and the introduction of new currency and coinage was an essential part of this transformation. The 1999 1 rupee coin was designed to reflect India's evolving identity, one that balanced its ancient traditions with the modern aspirations of a rapidly developing nation. This coin, like many others, was primarily used for everyday transactions. It was a familiar part of the currency system, used to purchase goods, services, and transportation. Its role as a functional item is what made it so widely circulated. However, as the years passed, the 1999 1 rupee coin, like many coins, began to fade from common use as newer designs were introduced. Coins that were once part of everyday life began to accumulate in drawers, boxes, and collections. As with many coins, their historical significance and rarity gradually increased, especially as people began to realize the value of well-preserved pieces of currency. Now, this is where the story of the 1999 1 rupee coin becomes truly fascinating. What was once a common piece of currency, used to buy a packet of biscuits or a bus ticket, has now become a highly sought-after item for collectors. Over time, the value of the coin has increased significantly, and today a pristine, uncirculated 1999 India 1 rupee coin can be worth up to $10,000. This incredible increase in value is due to several factors, including its rarity, its historical significance, and the increasing demand for rare Indian coins. Why has the 1999 India 1 rupee coin become so valuable? Let's break it down. First, the rarity of the coin in mint condition is one of the key factors. Like many coins from this era, the 1999 1 rupee coin was heavily circulated, and finding a well-preserved example is quite rare. Coins that have remained in excellent condition are prized by collectors, as they represent a piece of history that has not been worn down by time or use. Coins that have been carefully stored, protected from wear, and kept in mint condition are always in high demand in the world of numismatics. Secondly, the 1999 1 rupee coin holds significant historical and cultural value. The Ashoka pillar, as one of India's most important symbols, adds a layer of meaning and prestige to the coin. The inclusion of the national motto, Satyamev Jayate, further reinforces the cultural and spiritual importance of the coin, making it a symbol of India's national identity. For collectors, owning a coin that embodies India's rich history is both a personal and financial investment. Finally, the increasing popularity of coin collecting in India and around the world has contributed to the rising value of coins like the 1999 1 rupee. As more people become interested in collecting coins, whether for historical, aesthetic, or investment purposes, the demand for rare and significant pieces grows. This growing interest in numismatics has played a significant role in driving up the value of coins from the 1990s, including the 1999 1 rupee coin.so. What can you do if you come across a 1999 1 rupee coin in your collection or in your spare change? First, take a close look at its condition. If it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be holding a rare and valuable item. Be sure to store it carefully to prevent any damage, as the value of the coin can decrease significantly if it shows signs of wear and tear. If you're thinking of selling or trading the coin, you might consider having it graded by a professional numismatist to ensure that its value is accurately assessed. The current market for rare Indian coins is thriving, and the 1999 1 rupee coin is one of the shining stars of this market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a novice to the world of numismatics, this coin represents a unique opportunity to own a piece of Indian history that continues to grow in value. And for those who are lucky enough to possess one of these rare coins, the future could hold even more exciting possibilities as the market for Indian coins continues to evolve. In conclusion, the 1999 India 1 rupee coin is much more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of India's transformation at the turn of the millennium, a reflection of the country's rich cultural heritage, and a valuable collectible that continues to captivate collectors worldwide. What was once a humble coin, worth only 1 rupee, is now worth up to $10,000, and its value may continue to rise as interest in numismatics grows. Whether you're a collector or someone simply fascinated by the history behind coins, the 1999 India 1 rupee coin is an object of significant historical and financial value. offering a glimpse into India's past and its future. The 2002 India 1 rupee coin may appear at first glance to be an ordinary piece of currency, just another coin used in everyday transactions. Yet, when we peel back the layers of its design, historical context, and collector appeal, we discover a fascinating story. A story not only about India's journey as a nation, but also about how a simple coin can transform into a sought-after collectible, valued far beyond its original face value. To understand the importance of the 2002 India 1 rupee coin, we must first look at the larger picture of India's economic and political landscape during the early 2000s. India in 2002 was undergoing significant transformation. The country had just entered the new millennium, and its economy was rapidly changing. With the successful economic reforms of the 1990s, India was well on its way to becoming one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. The winds of change were blowing strong, and this period marked an important phase in India's modern history, as it worked to balance its ancient traditions with a dynamic, global future. In this environment, the 2002 1 rupee coin was a symbol of the country's ongoing development. Just a few years earlier, in the 1990s, India had opened its doors to a more globalized world. Economic liberalization brought in new investments, technology, and a fresh outlook for many industries. However, the country was also experiencing the challenges of modernization. While the rich history of India was cherished and preserved, the country had to adapt to an increasingly globalized economy. The design and circulation of currency, whether it be notes or coins, was one way in which the country could reflect its changing identity. The 2002 1 rupee coin was a part of this change. It was produced as part of India's continued efforts to modernize and standardize its currency system. At the time, the Indian government was updating its coinage to include better materials and designs that represented both the country's past and its forward-looking aspirations. The 2002 1 rupee coin was crafted with this dual purpose in mind: to serve as everyday currency while also becoming a part of the national narrative. Now, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 2002 1 rupee coin is a modest yet elegant design, and its details tell us a lot about India's cultural identity. On the obverse side of the coin, we find the Ashoka pillar, one of India's most iconic symbols. The Ashoka pillar is a national emblem and has deep roots in Indian history, originating from the time of Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE. Ashoka was one of India's greatest rulers, and his reign marked a time of remarkable progress, both politically and culturally. His legacy is most famously represented by the Ashoka pillar, which symbolizes power, unity, and peace. The Ashoka pillar on the 2002 1 rupee coin is placed at the center of the design, with the lion capital, 4 lions seated back to back, forming the heart of the emblem. This powerful image of unity is symbolic of India's diverse population, which is unified under the values of peace, strength, and tolerance. The words Satyamev Jayate appear beneath the pillar, which translates to truth alone triumphs, a powerful statement taken from the ancient Indian scriptures. This national motto, representing moral and ethical governance, is a guiding principle for India and reinforces the cultural depth that the coin carries. The reverse side of the coin is equally significant. In the center, we find the denomination 1 rupee prominently displayed, indicating the coin's value. The numeral 1 stands out clearly, and the word rupee is written in both English and Hindi, reflecting India's bilingual nature. Below the denomination is the year 2002, marking the year in which the coin was minted. This year is important because it was a part of a series of coins minted during a transitional time in India's economic and political development. During a period when the country was continuing to establish its place in the world, the design of the 2002 1 rupee coin also incorporates a unique feature. It was made from a copper-nickel alloy. This composition was chosen for both durability and cost-effectiveness. The copper-nickel alloy ensures that the coin can withstand the wear and tear of daily use, which was important given that the 1 rupee coin was a frequently used piece of currency. The coin itself weighs approximately 4.85 grams and has a diameter of 22 millimeters, making it an easy-to-handle and instantly recognizable coin in circulation. As India entered the 21st century, the minting of coins continued to be a careful and deliberate process, with mints in various regions of the country responsible for producing the nation's currency. The 2002 1 rupee coin was minted in several locations across India, including the prominent mints in Mumbai, Kolkata, and Hyderabad. Each of these mints has its own distinct mark, which can sometimes appear on the coin, adding another layer of complexity and intrigue for collectors. But what makes the 2002 1 rupee coin truly fascinating is how it has evolved from being a simple piece of currency to a highly sought-after collectible. The world of numismatics is vast and ever-changing, and the value of coins often increases over time due to several factors. For the 2002 1 rupee coin, its value has steadily risen as it became scarcer, particularly as it was replaced by newer coins and notes. People who held on to these coins, either out of interest or by accident, found themselves sitting on a rare and valuable piece of Indian currency. As with any collectible coin, the value of the 2002 1 rupee coin is influenced by its rarity, condition, and demand. Over the years, the 2002 1 rupee coin became increasingly difficult to find in circulation in mint condition. As time passed, people began to hoard or save certain coins, and those that were well-preserved in pristine condition started to attract the attention of collectors. Coin collectors are particularly interested in coins that have not been subjected to the wear and tear of regular use, as these coins are seen as being more valuable due to their untouched nature. This growing interest in rare coins, combined with the increasing recognition of India's rich numismatic history, has led to a significant rise in the value of the 2002 1 rupee coin. Initially worth just 1 rupee, the coin's value has skyrocketed over the years, with some coins now fetching prices of up to $7,000 or more, depending on their condition and the current market demand. This rise in value has caught the attention of collectors, investors, and even those who may never have previously considered numismatics as a hobby. So, what exactly makes the 2002 India 1 rupee coin so valuable today? There are a few key factors that contribute to its worth. First, the coin's design and symbolism are crucial. As we've discussed, the Ashoka pillar and the national motto are deeply significant, making the coin more than just a piece of metal. It is, in many ways, a miniature representation of India's national identity, something that resonates with both collectors and those with a deep love for India's cultural heritage. Second, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its value. Uncirculated or mint condition coins are rare, especially for those that were once in heavy circulation. A coin in perfect condition, with no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, can be worth much more than one that has been worn down by time and use. Coins that have been stored carefully and preserved in protective cases are the ones that command the highest prices in the market. Finally, the limited availability of the 2002 1 rupee coin has contributed to its growing appeal. As fewer of these coins remain in circulation, their rarity only increases, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to obtain them. The increasing demand for rare Indian coins, coupled with the coin's historical and cultural significance, has resulted in a sharp increase in its market value. If you are fortunate enough to own a 2002 1 rupee coin, it's important to preserve it carefully. The best way to protect your coin is by storing it in a coin holder or capsule that prevents it from being scratched, tarnished, or damaged. If you think you might have a rare and valuable coin, consider getting it professionally graded by a numismatist to ensure that its condition is properly assessed. Grading can have a significant impact on a coin's value, and a professionally graded coin is far more likely to fetch a higher price if you decide to sell it. Today, the 2002 1 rupee coin is no longer just a simple piece of currency. It is a valuable collectible, a piece of history, and a symbol of India's continuing journey into the 21st century. What was once a coin used in everyday transactions has now become a treasure for collectors and investors. Its rise in value is a testament to the growing appreciation for India's numismatic heritage and the timeless appeal of coins that represent the country's rich cultural identity. In conclusion, The 2002 India 1 rupee coin is a much more significant piece of currency than it may appear at first glance. Its design, history, and symbolism make it a valuable collectible, and its growing value reflects the increasing interest in Indian numismatics, whether you are a collector, an investor, or someone simply fascinated.